It's day 6 of season 2 of Daphne Designs. I'm running out of bucks to decorate my house, so I need to start grinding on my pets. And whether I'm grinding or I'm decorating my house, I always set up my trading stand. I had this person trade me and they wanted to offer for my capybara. I love this capybara, so I really didn't want to trade it away, but they gave me such a good offer. They offered me the pet handler certificate, which I'm kind of a sucker for because I really want it because then I can age up 2 pets at once. Then they put in this fly potion, then they put in a legendary chimera, which isn't my favorite, but it's still a legendary. And then they put in this fish, and then they put in this sloth. And guys, this offer was just too good to pass up. So I happily accepted, and I just hoped that they weren't trolling me. And I was so happy because they actually went through with the trade. Next, I had this person trade me, and they just didn't say anything for a really long time. So I asked them if they had a cold cube because I really wanted an ultra rare cold cube, because if you remember, we just need one more so we can make a neon. But they asked me if I had any hooks, so I guess like the grappling hook. So I went out to check and I definitely had some grappling hooks, so I put one in. And then they tried to offer me this legendary like billy goat for it. But guys, I have so many grappling hooks on so many different accounts that I was like, there's no way I'm going to let them like trade me something for it. I'm sure that they're like maybe new and they just need like something to get around town with. And it took me a long time to convince them that I was just going to give it to them for free, but I happily gave it to them for free and they finally accepted. Next, I had this person trade me and they just put in this ancient dragon and this minion chick, and so I tried to put in that chimera to see if they would accept it for this ancient dragon. And I actually was pretty happy because they did accept, and I think that the ancient dragon is easier to trade than the chimera. And I looked so long for somebody that had one of these cold cubes that was willing to trade me, and I finally found someone that had this ultra rare cold cube. So I just put in a couple different like ultra rares to see if they would maybe like pick one, and they picked the badger, which I thought was awesome. This cold cube isn't really worth like that much, but I don't really think the badger probably is either. It's probably a very fair trade, but I was so happy because I finally got that 4th cold cube so I can make my neon. Then I had this person offer me this neon ribbon still for my neon cat, and so I told them like, hey, you are way over. But then when I told them that, they actually switched out the neon ribbon still for a neon donkey, and I definitely didn't want to trade my neon cat for a neon donkey. So I just asked them if they had like anything else that they could put in besides the neon donkey. And then I also told them that I could add for the neon ribbon still because I would really like to have that neon ribbon still, not because it's my favorite pet, but because I think that I could probably get like a pretty good offer for it. And it's an ultra rare, which takes a lot longer to age up than some of these like commons or uncommons or even the rares. So then I just added in like a couple, or I mean like I guess like 4 like lower tier like neons that they could pick from, and then I said like maybe 2 of those for like your neon ribbon seal. So then they pick like the neon dog and the neon camel, so as long as they go through with this trade, like I would be very happy to trade those 2 neons for this neon ribbon seal. And I guess they were as happy as I was because they definitely accepted when we accepted. Then I got this offer for my neon ice cube, and it wasn't a bad offer at all, but I just really didn't want to take it because I think we can get something better. Next, I had this person trade me, and they said that they were doing some sort of like challenge, and they had this mouse, and could I offer them like anything like random for this? I wasn't really sure like what they wanted, but I went ahead and I just put in like 2 ants because it was like 2 pets for 1, and I mean they're probably all like worth about the same thing, and they seem like pretty happy with this trade, so we traded our 2 ants and we got a mouse. Next, I had this person offer me this neon 2024 birthday butterfly for our neon ice cube, and I just told them like no thank you. I don't really know why, but then they were like wait, and then they added in some other pets. They added in the singularity Pisces, which I really like because it's like a really unique pet. Then they added in this pink betta fish, which guys, I just love those, and I love them as a neon and I love them as a mega. And then they added in 2 show ponies, so I was like, oh my gosh, I could get 2 more and I can make a neon show pony. So I definitely was interested in accepting this trade. And here's a look at my inventory so far during this challenge. Remember that these are also pets like from the first like season, and we're just trying to grow our like inventory like over all the seasons, just so we can see what we can come up with just by like pretty much like trading houses. I mean, I am like aging up pets and trading those as well, obviously, but most of this is all about decorating a house and trading it. After I worked on grinding and I got some bucks, I was like, okay, I definitely need to go buy another house. And I was actually going to try to copy this house. And so I think I actually named the other one like copy. But if you remember from last episode, I couldn't trade my house because I didn't have enough bucks to actually buy another house. And then since all the colors on the inside of this house are pretty much like purple, I decided to change the color of this house to purple. But anyways, when we're ready, now we can trade our house, guys. Okay, well, I've not only saved up like enough bucks to start decorating that upstairs room because I need to finish it, but I'm still gonna have to do some grinding, and of course I'm always doing trading. But I really want to get this house decorated so I can finally trade it. So here's the upstairs room. It definitely doesn't go with the theme of the rest of our house, so we need to cover the walls with purple. And then I'll try to put like that same like ice trim or whatever like throughout the room if I can, or if I need to, I guess. But we need to cover the walls with purple and then also like cover the floors. When I was covering all the walls with the wall panels, a lot of times I would like go downstairs and just check and make sure that my wall wasn't like sticking through so you couldn't see it like downstairs. It was a lot of work to cover all these walls, even the downstairs ones, but especially up here because there's all these like different angles and like small little walls. And someone commented on one of my videos, I mean, I have like recorded this whole season already and I'm just doing the voiceover like later, but somebody commented in one of my posts that you can actually do the wallpaper like you used to be able to, and I'm not really sure if you can. But after going to all this work to cover all these wall surfaces, I would love for someone to comment down below if that's possible and tell me how to do it. And that would save me so much time for season 3. After I got the walls covered, I went out and I picked this like wardrobe and I put it over in this corner. I just thought it would be easier to fill that space with like a shelf because I don't know, it's kind of an awkward, like really skinny, like area. Then after I got that in place, I decided to cover the floors just like I did downstairs, and I just used this striped rug. I just made it like really big, but I kind of left like a little spot like over in that area where I just put that bookcase or that wardrobe. And also there was like a little spot by the stairs that I needed to fill, and I just used like a smaller version of this, so I just like cloned it and then made it like smaller, and really I made it to the size of like just like one of the stripes like sticking out so I could just make that area like a specific color. Guys, I hope that makes sense. And of course, you guys know I'm just using purple. I'm not very specific with it. I just kind of like moved the thing around until it looks like the right color of purple. Well, I guess I didn't even use like the striped rug. I just used like the solid color rug, and then I just like went and I like took the color off of the striped rug just so I could make this like carpet like that, like one of the colors. And then I used the advanced move to just make it like a little bit lower than the striped rug. And that was just how I was easily able to fill in like the little spots that were missing the rug on the floor. If that makes any sense, I hope it makes sense to you guys. And then I just cloned that same like solid color rug and then like moved it over here like right underneath this like wardrobe here. See how I just needed that little spot like filled in? And then of course, like I told you, I'm always checking like downstairs and on the stairs just to make sure that these rugs aren't like sticking out like to where you can see them from downstairs. Then I cloned that bookcase or that wardrobe, and I actually made it like go all the way up to the ceiling, and I changed the color to white, and then I made like the back of it like match more, like it's just a little bit lighter I think than like the wall color. I had this person trade me an offer for my neon cat through my trading stand, and they offered me all these cats, guys. It was like 10 cats. You know, making a neon cat goes like pretty quickly, so I was pretty happy with this trade. I mean, was it the best trade? No, but I definitely like the idea of being able to make 2 more neon cats and trade them, and then I'll still have some extra cats, so maybe if I get more I can make more neons. I love to make the cats and the dogs neon because it just goes so quick. Next, I found this botanical crib, and guys, I really thought this goes like perfect with our theme. I just need to change the colors a little bit so it looks like it fits like better in our house. So obviously I'm going to use purple, and I like the green, but I just didn't want that much green. And I wasn't exactly sure like where to place this, and I kind of placed it on this one wall, but then I was like, I really want to put like an actual like bed in here just so it looks like a bedroom. And this is just a crib, so I ended up like moving it to a different wall. I also kept making this crib like smaller and smaller because it just took up so much room, and it's kind of a small room up here. I just didn't feel like it looked like right on that wall. I don't know, it just takes up so much room. So anyways, I moved the stuff out of the way just to make room for it. And then there was actually like this little lamp up here, and so I changed the color to white, and then I moved it over here to this like bookcase. And I guess if you look at this, I ended up like putting like drawers on the bottom of that, but I think I just like fit them under that wardrobe because I just thought it made it look better. So it is kind of changed, and I'm not exactly sure like how it didn't get like recorded. But I really do like the drawers on the bottom better. Like, I don't know, it just looks like a really cool piece, like a really cool like built-in piece back there. I think this rat and pet bed is like one of my new like favorite pieces. I really love it, and I kind of love the color of it too. Like, I don't even think I need to change anything. But again, I tried to make it work on this wall and it just didn't, so I moved it all. But before I moved it, I just kept sizing it down and down and down and making it even smaller. And then I decided to pick out like the actual bed that I wanted to go up here to see like how I could make it all work. I really love the look of this canopy parent bed. I even love the colors of it already. Okay, so now I just need to make it all fit up here like just perfect. I tried to move it to this wall, and guys, there was just no room to like walk around anywhere. And I'm telling you, like that botanical like pet bed or whatever it is called is like so big. I do really like the colors of this like canopy bed, but I think I'm going to change that gray like to a little bit of a purple, like not like a really dark purple or anything like that. And then I kind of just like toned down like the gold color like just a little bit, because when you look at all the rooms, I just really want you to see like the purple that stands out. I don't want any other color to like really like overwhelm the purple color. So this is what it looked like before I switched like the pieces. So you can decide like which way you like it better. I just kind of wanted you to walk up the stairs and actually see that it was like a bedroom. So then again, I still just had to like size down everything and like make sure that it would fit, because I wanted you to be able to have like a walkway over to like that like bookcase thing or the wardrobe. And we're getting so close to having this room like finished. We just need some like finishing touches to make it look like, I don't know, like an actual room. And guys, sometimes I get so distracted, like when I'm like working on a room, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come back to this and just see like what I think it looks like later. So I actually went downstairs to like work in the kitchen just a little bit. I will say though that I'm really loving how this room is turning out so far. I feel like I kept looking at the kitchen thinking it just needed something, and I think it just needs like a little backsplash. It's going to just like give it a little bit more interest to make it look more real. This is actually the Finish Line checkered rug, and if you look at the difference like when the backsplash is there and when it's not there, it's not that big of a difference, but I actually prefer it like with it there. And I decided to only do it like on the bottom part, and it was all the way back there, so I really didn't have to move anything out of the way. And it's so random that I went down to the kitchen to just do that, and then I came back to work on this room. So I just wanted to put like a little nightstand next to the bed, and then I just kind of like messed with the color, and I think I made it, or I think I ended up making it like a very pale like purple that almost looked like a white. And this house is getting so close to being finished, so all I really need to do is like add all the little details like to the wall and like to the shelf and stuff in this room. And then there's actually like a bookcase downstairs like in the living room like next to the flower wall that I need to like fill with items. And then I also plan on putting like just a little bit of something like in that one like long hallway downstairs. And then I'm so excited because I'll finally be able to list this house for trade and see what we can get. But you'll have to wait till the next episode before you see all of that, guys. This is the end of day 6. Bye, guys. Until next time.